So I was having a conversation with someone, and we were talking about being disloyal with our words. So we were having a conversation, and the person, I'm really big on holding people accountable to their words. Maybe I should be more big on holding myself accountable to my own words. I think that would be great. But the conversation that we were having, the person said, they told me that, okay, when I buy this product, I'm going to completely stop eating sweets. And I said, I already told the person, like, okay, like, you sure about that? And they're like, yeah, no, I'm for sure going to stop. As soon as I buy this product, that's it. I'm for sure going to stop. I'm like, okay. And then so when it came time to buy the product, the person not only did not stop what they said they were going to stop eating, they consumed 3 times as much as to what they said they were originally going to stop. And so I told the person that I just recognized the pattern that they have been setting of saying they want to do one thing or saying they're not going to do one thing, and then contradicting themselves habitually with doing the opposite of what they said. And then we began to bring this into context and saying, like, I'm like, okay, if we cannot be loyal to our own self with our own words, meaning like if we're creating a covenant, when we declare something out of our mouths that we're going to do and we're standing on that, we're making a covenant with our words. And so when we habitually break the covenants of our own words, of our own promises that we've made to ourselves, and we break them, to us we might think of it as a small thing in God's eyes. Like, okay, well, that's just food. We're just talking about food, or oh, we're just talking about working out. But in God's eye, a lie is a lie. And if we practice habitually breaking covenants with our own self, with our own words, and just creating all these small lies within our own lives, how much more do we think we'll be able to be loyal to God's covenant or obey God's words and follow through with God's words? And so that was just something that I thought about, like, okay, if we become hypocrites within our own with our own selves, we're probably being hypocrites in some areas in our lives towards God. And yeah, it was just an interesting conversation, because I'm just like, okay, I think God takes this very seriously, and I think sometimes we can overlook the seriousness of living in truth with our own words. I think that it's very important that we practice being honest, being truthful, and following up with the things that we say out of our mouth that we're going to do. Because I think if we practice being truth tellers, then I think that we can begin to obey the truth of God's word when it comes down to doing what God is saying to do. I think if we practice doing the small things in our life that we're telling ourselves that we should do or that we want to do, I think that we can create better habits of practicing truth when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to things of God. And so I think that these little things are very important. I think that our character in God should be to always tell the truth. And so I think that we should start to identify the areas in our life that we have been lying to ourselves, so that we can align our character with God's character, which is to tell the truth, to walk in truth, and to not be hypocrites, even if it has to do with food, saying what we're not going to eat, saying we're going to work out, saying we're going to stop thinking negative thoughts. You know, I think that we can also bring God into our natural lives and ask the Lord to empower us and give us strength to be able to be more honest with ourselves. I think too that we think that we can even do the small things, stop doing small things without the Lord's help. And I think that's why we maybe are falling shorter in those areas, because we're not including God even in the natural areas of our lives that we need help in. So I want to challenge us to begin to be more honest with ourselves and involve God in every area of our lives, even if it's our health, even if it's in fitness, even if it's in finances, even if it's in just having better roles in our household, even if it's our families, whatever area it is. I think we should start involving God more in that area and invite him in to give us the power to walk in truth.